Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, good evening. Hopefully everything's working here. We'll check and see here. Yes, looks like that's all hooked up and working as we are live here from FFTv for another night of On the Pole as we get started here tonight. We got Donald Ray out here on the track qualifying right as we speak. Come on now. Cooperate with me. We see Jeff Ward out front with a 30.446. Ryan Lorenzo there with a 30.486. Looking there at Donald Ray as he comes there through turns 3 and 4, back around to the front stretch. Currently sitting with a 30.567 for his time. Graham Connolly out there in his 71 machine coming down the back stretch. And near into corner number 3 and 4, currently has a 30.801. Can he improve on that time as he comes out of 4 back across here onto the front stretch? And it looks like his time's going to be that 30.08 or 801, sorry. We got a field of 24 drivers here tonight for the inaugural race number 1 of season number 1 here of the FFTv Cup Series here on FMA, the Freedom Motorsports Alliance. Thank you for bringing that to us here. as we got warm-up starting right at the moment. Lance Ripka out there on track here for warm-ups. We got about 4.5 minutes of warm-ups, and I'm sorry about the logo's not wanting to come up too well. Let's see if we can at least get something up here to cooperate. They're not quite where they're supposed to be, but hey, at least it's something. I don't understand why they are doing that. But they are. Come on. You. Heck. Oh man, this is... All right, give me one quick moment here as we're watching them do their warm-ups. Here. There we go. Come on, you. There we go. Best we're gonna do for tonight. We got about 48 seconds left here in the warm-up session here tonight. Hopefully everybody found us here tonight. Let's go Zero team. Who is Zero? There we got the 52 of Lance Ripka. Michael Taylor there in the 35. Graham Connolly in the 71. Luke Mahone here in the number 34. Looking real good out here so far for warm-ups. We got the Ollie Spunch machine of the 51 of Ollie Reeves. Good stuff, cheap. Going here through corner number 3 and 4. Or I'm sorry, no, that was 1 and 2 coming on to the backstretch. Checker flag is out. Now, here we go. Here is the starting grid. Well, I don't know why it's all shook up that way, but it is. All right, here we go. In first, we got Jeff Ward. In second is Brian Lorenzo. Third is going to be Ollie Reeves, with fourth being Donald Ray. Chris Cornett in fifth. Austin Hunn there in sixth. Lance Ripka in seventh. Luke Mahone there in eighth. Jeffrey Cox in ninth. Jim Treat there in 10th. Craig Kipper there in 11th. 12th going to Adam Glatfelder. In 13th tonight, we will have Jamie MacArthur with Benjamin Bray there in Benjamin Smith. What am I thinking? Benjamin Smith there in 14th. Graham Connolly there 15th. Dustin Rogerson there in 16th. Klaus Williams will roll off tonight in 17th. 18th tonight's going to be Tommy Polte. David Duval there in 19th. Bryce Reiner there in 20th. Jamie Bray in 21st. Michael Taylor here tonight in 22nd. Austin Thompson tonight rolls off in 23rd. And Jerry Messingle there in 24th. And today is not the 5th, but rather the 12th. Is that off? Coming to the start-finish line. Sorry about that. I thought I was unmuted there. As we are green flag racing, as we're down and away here. Jeff Ward out front. Bringing them down here through quarter number 1. And we got a look up back here through the pack. Ollie Reeves there in second. Coming on to quarter number 2. Going to the inside now. Looking to see Jeff Ward coming down the backstretch. As they work here down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Brian down there about middle of the track here as he's got that, as drivers are searching to see which lane they prefer. Now they work back out here onto the front stretch. Now down around here in the corner number 1 once again. Jeff Ward still holds on to the lead here as we have a distance of 104 laps tonight for the distance. We'll go around here tonight with the FMA Racing League here that I bring to the FFTv Next Gen Cup Series. So we got a few cars blinking out there, it looks like, as we roll here off of 4 down through the front straightaway once again. 3 wide, yeah, we got one. Now not sure what that is. We'll see if we can catch it here. That looks to be Mahone having trouble there, keeping connected. And comes storming down the backstretch. Keep an eye on Luke as he is dropping here and there. Disappearing quite a bit as he's up into the outside wall. Unsure where he ended up this time. As there was another puff of smoke from an invisible source. Some problems up here. With Mahone can't get that 34 car figured out to keep it on, keep the connection steady as he's there working in 4th right now. Hopefully it's stabilized here. They come roaring down the front stretch. Everybody's single file except for they're battling up front here quite a bit. You can see there the 87 of Chris Cornett down there on the inside. Underneath now the 34 is Luke Mahone. As they work here out on 4. Up there on the high side. That is Ollie Reeves trying to hang on to the lead. Jeff Ward's down there underneath him. He's got the one of Brian Lorenzo back there behind him. Here on lap number 5, and they work here out of the corner. Great racing so far here as we come back across the stripe. Big wide there, mid-pack as they roar down here into corner number 1 once again. Up there on the high side, the 87 of Chris Cornett is trying to survive as the cars come around him on the lower side. Jeff Ward gets around Ollie Reeves for the race lead. As now Ollie Reeves now trying to catch up there, and I thought he might have had a skip there in his connection. Now we come down there through the front stretch, back down here into corner number 1. On board here, win. Jeff Ward as he comes down that back stretch in that number 89 machine. Been having a great run, had a great run through the GT3 season last season. Hopefully to continue that luck come this next season of the GT3. As the FMA League brings you more racing, action-packed as we go forward here. Now here comes Brian Alonso in that number 1 machine. He's going to try to make a run for the lead. He does. He gets around Jeff Ward coming down through there. Turns 3, coming into turn 4. So another lead change here up front. Now our Chris Cornett sitting back here in 3rd in that number 87. Ollie Reeves back here in 4th in the side-by-side race, and still quite a bit of shuffling going on here up here in the front area. See the 24 there of Gary Kipper. He's trying to roll that DuPont Chevrolet up here towards the front of the pack. Currently sitting about mid-pack in about 9th position here so far. As you see underneath him, there's the 32 of Jeffrey Cox rounding out the top 10 here as we hit this 10 lap. Working on lap number 10, rather. Back on to the backstretch they go. Down here, side by side, Ollie with Chris Cornett. As Ward is at the bumper of Lorenzo. Home trying to keep it there in the 5th position. Everybody stretches it out coming through the corners. Down the back stretch. Jeffrey Cox having problems along with, no, that is all Jeffrey Cox. Unsure what happened there. See if we can rewind and catch a glimpse here of what happened to Jeffrey Cox. He ends up, comes down across in front of the 24, gets spun around down there on the apron. There you see Jeff Ward getting a little loose coming off of corner number 2 down that backstretch. Got to give that 2nd position up here to Chris Cornett as he chases down Brian Lorenzo there in 1st. Ollie Reeves up here on the high side coming through 3 and 4. With Mahone there behind him in that 15, Austin Hunt. He's sitting there in 6th. He's got a bad time right at the moment. It's going to come down to 5 track from what I'm seeing so far as drivers are battling it out. 104 laps, as we said, for the distance so far. Some drivers struggling here more than others as they work down here through 3 and 4. As Ollie now works to the outside of Mahone, coming down the right, down here in the corner number 1. There you see the 71 of Graham Connolly. There we're back up here in the middle of the pack. 89 of Jeff Ward way up against that outside wall, trying to keep it together. Of Chris Cornett as they come down here in the corner number 3. Sitting down here on the inside as we're on board with Ollie right now, coming off the corner and a little bit of there. We switched over there to Austin Hunt, but great run so far by these guys up front. as we watch Ollie Reeves there on the front stretch down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Sitting there, we're on board with it once again as we watch the battles happen right there in front of them. Coming off of corner number 2, the 87 of Chris Cornett. He gets a little loose as he comes down through off of 2. Down here into corner number 3. Now that's going to give Ollie Reeves a chance to get up there in the side corner on that high side. As Cornett's down there on the inside as they come here off of 4, down here across the stripe. Brian Lorenzo still out front here on lap number 16. Ugly 104 to complete here tonight. So far, top 5, Lorenzo, Ford, Mahone, Reeves, Cornett. Followed up with Hun, Ray, Ripka, Glatfelder, Kipper. Is rounding out your top 10. Your top 15 rounds out with MacArthur, Treat, Rogerson, Ray, and Reiner. We're getting the bell. He's back up front. Where Jeff Ward, he's wanting another crack at that lead as he gets it coming down here into corner number 3. Heading back around onto the front stretch, 3 and 4. And it's going to be Jeff Ward there up on the high side, but Brian don't want to give it up as he works down there on the inside, coming down here into corner number 1. Side by side, Brian gets the edge, coming down here on the inside, up 1 and 2, but Jeff Ward hanging strong out there on that high side as he comes rolling off. That outside lane prevailed a little bit better there for Jeff as he holds on to the lead. Brian Lorenzo now has to try to fight down there on the inside. Jeff seems comfortable up there against that high line coming through the corners. And they're coming down here, and what a block there by Jeff, as I'm sure that scared Brian just a shade as he comes down there to the top block line, down there across the front. Looks like Ollie having some trouble with connection again. Jeff Ward out front into a race leader here on lap number 19 as they come roaring down the backstretch into corner number 3 and 4. Now we head back underneath the flag stand here for the FFTv Next Gen Cup Series. Now here through 1 and 2, Jeff Ward up here on the high side where he's been comfortable so far all race long as they come down here down the backstretch. PC to cooperate. There I got such a little space to work with on the drives, that is, so I'm doing what I can here. Let's see. We would like to know Atlanta Motor see what we got here. Track hold 71,000 featured a 9-story condominium complex. Quarter-mile oval on the track's front stretch. And the main track is 2.5 miles. Oh, I'm sorry, and a 2.5 mile roval course. The main track, I believe, is a mile. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's a 1.5 mile racetrack. Calling it a quad oval. 24 degrees on the turns and 5 degrees on the straightaways. Down here on the inside, we got Brian Lorenzo still battling up there with Jeff Ward. Luke Mahone has crashed. Not sure if we'll be able to catch on that. He comes off the corner, gets loose, brings it down, and all of a sudden it snaps the other way. He does a great job holding it down there onto the apron. No caution as he is off the racing surface. Tough break there for Luke Mahone. Now we see Ollie Reeves up there on the high side, sitting in third. They work down the backstretch here. racing going on here. As we see the 15 getting back there to the bumper of Ollie Reeves as they work down here through that front quad oval straightaway. Up there on the top side, we see Ollie Reeves way up there against that outside lane, just like we see Jeff Ward out there in front of him. Brian Lorenzo's just trying to find any little bit he can to get around here and up there towards the front. Tires will mean a lot here tonight. We see Ollie Reeves now there in second. He got around Brian Lorenzo there for second. Brian Lorenzo, though, does not want to give up too much. Now there you see Ollie Reeves once again having just a little bit of a glitch out. Down here off of corner number 2, they're coming up into the outside wall, goes Ollie. I worked on through the backstretch. You see a lot of drivers hugging that outside wall. We got a car down there on the apron, and it looks like. Gonna have to get out of the way of the leaders. That's the 73 of David Dubell. Down here through corner number 3 and 4, back around here onto that front stretch quad oval. Now we're side by side for second once again. Brian Lorenzo and Ollie Reeves battling it out here at lap number 29. Over a quarter of the way of the race complete. And we head down here in the corner number 1 and 2. We're on board with Ollie Reeves once again. With such good racing going on, how about we see if we can wake our little groundhog friend up and go for a little bit of heat it up. Green flag pit stop starting to take place. We saw Austin Hunn Donald Ray come down here on the pit road. Graham Connolly going to bring it on in. Whoa! Mixing the commitment code, and that's going to cost him some time. That's an unsafe pit entrance. We got Brian Lorenzo looking like he's going to slow up, and he's going to come in the pit lane here. Lap number 34. There you see the 52. Lance Ripka, he's going to come in as well. As drivers are staying out here so far, Ollie Reeves now as the race leader coming down here of 2 down the backstretch. Chris Cornett, there's second. There's Bryce Reiner back here in third in that number 14 machine. Now the leaders hit pit road. That is Ollie Reeves, Cornett, Rogerson, Smith all come down. Here comes Moore in the pit lane, Adam Glatfelder. Now Bryce Ryder out there on track still. Jamie Bray still out on track. David Duvall still on track, hasn't pitted yet, but is a lap down. '73 having some issue getting into the pit road. That is the 73 of David Duvall. Klaus Williams still out there on track. Has not pitted yet. Everybody else is pitted here between lap number 30 and lap 36. That's leaving the top 3 drivers on the lead lap at this time. As it's Klaus Williams. Oh, why is that not? There we go. There's what we're after. But yeah. You can see there comes Klaus Williams now in, and that should shuffle some drivers back onto the lead lap. Ollie Reeves sitting in second with Brian Lorenzo, they're third. They'll come back around and capture the lead, and they work down the backstretch together. Now it looks like Ollie back up there into that outside barrier once again. Now Ollie and Brian really battle it out up here towards the front. Chris Cornett sitting in third with Donald Ray. Donald Ray back here in fourth. Gary Tippert back here in fifth. Jamie Bray sitting back here in sixth. And the number 41 machine. Dustin Robertson back here in the 123. Sitting in seventh. Biggest mover of the race tonight so far as we're here on lap number 40. And Jamie Bray in this number 14 machine up 15 spots from where he started. Looks like tough luck could be going to Jeff Ward. Now he was running up there towards the front, not exactly sure what happened to Ward. He is out. I didn't see no problems with him. Go back here and look and see. sure. Now we got Chris Cornett up here in third in the 87. 14 cars on the lead lap. As the battle rages on for first. Last car on the lead lap is this number 21 of Gary Messenger. As the leaders are bearing down on him down that back stretch. Got the 71 there. Grant Connolly, who is a lap down, trying to get up there and be the first car one lap down. As the leaders work here off of 2. Coming down here in the 3 and 4. What a run here tonight by Ollie Reed and Brian Alonso. As they work down here off of the off the quad over rather. 60 laps to go here tonight. Now we're working here on lap number 45 out of the 104. 60 laps to go here from Atlanta tonight. What great racing we're seeing here as we watch Cornett, and that 87 work there between Brian Alonso and the 51 of Ollie. As they work down here on the front stretch. Once again, through turns number 1 and 2. Cornett really trying to get up there to Ollie as they work here off of 4. And up in front of them, we got a couple lap down cars. Grant Connolly really trying to do what he can to make sure he puts some distance between him and the leaders. Some drivers seem to have struggled here tonight for race number 1 of the season here at Atlanta. We're here off of corner number 2, back down the backstretch, lap number 47 on the board. This will be put in the book as they are working here through 3 and 4. Cornett on the bottom has the lead. Over top of Ollie as they come out of turn number 4 through the restart zone across the stripe down here. Heading towards turn number 1, back underneath the left cars, as Ollie and Cornett come storming through. Off of 2, down the backstretch. Side by side there, oh, do they touch? That is Brian Alonso back here, trying to get around the lap traffic. That's the 96 machine of Tommy Polte. Coming across the stripe once again. Laps quick down quickly here. We can stay running green. As we're roaring down here into corner number 1 and 2. Drivers working front to back. Down here through 3 and 4 they go. What a great job these drivers are doing down here off up quad over down here into corner number 1. We got the 51 there of Ollie Reed down there on the inside trying to chase down Chris Cornett. Michael Taylor back there in 10th. Jamie Bray working what he can as he's sitting here in 6th. He's got the 75. That's a lap machine of Jamie MacArthur there in front of him. As he's down there on the inside, Jamie trying to pick him off. Lap 51 on the board. Dustin Rogerson, Jim Treat, Floss Williams back down here. turn 4. Ollie's still having some connection issue, it looks like, as he disappeared on us once again. And that's kind of what you'll get here with the tech, with this being an online sim, is you can run into situations like that where the driver has technical issues, like we're seeing there out of Brian Lorenzo. And I know, like for me personally, I was trying to do a online run last night. Ended up, was in second, all of a sudden, everything just shut down, and I don't know exactly what happened from that point on, so hopefully I didn't take anybody out, but if I did, and you know who I am. Sorry if I did. Everything shut down and I could not. I had to take what was given to me. Down the back stretch here. Ollie back out to the front as he's getting pushed along by Brian Lorenzo here at lap number 54, soon to be 55, which means 50 laps to go here at Atlanta. Now they work down here off the corner number 4. 50 laps to go down here towards corner number 1 they go. Side by side for the lead is Ollie Reeves. Down there on the inside now is the 1. Brian Lorenzo is up there into that outside wall. You don't really want to be on that as it will slow you down. An old PS game, PlayStation game I used to have. It was a derby game. We did a little racing on there too. And I always commented that if you're on the barrier, you'll slow it down. As you see, what a great battle up front here between these 3 drivers. A little farther back, we've got Donald Ray back here in 4th. Gary Kipper here in the number 24. David Ray really trying to chase down these cars here as laps are winding down. He's sitting currently in 6th. What a great run for him so far, as he is the biggest mover. Up 15 spots from where he started. Dustin Rogerson back here in 7th. And that number 1, 2, 3. Back here in 8th is Jim Treat. Klaus Williams back here in 9th. Michael Taylor back here in 10th, rounding out your top 10. In 11th, Benjamin Smith. Austin Thompson back here in 12th. Jerry Messenger. Having some things here going on about him as he is getting lapped here. Coming out through turns 1 and 2. Now he's through turns 3 and 4. Bobby Pulte there in the number 96. Austin Hund back here in 15th with Lance Ripka back here in 16th. Jamie MacArthur rolling around in that number 75. And Bryce Reiner back here in the 17th. Well, scratch that 18th position here tonight. As the lead still is a hot bed of activity. Coming down here into corner number 3. You see Cornette trying to get up there to the back. Brian Lorenzo as they come back out here on turn number 4. Ollie gave up that lead. Now he's got to try to chase it back down. And it comes corner down here in the corner 1 and 2. Up here on that high side. Ollie is like that high line all night long here as they now work down the backstretch. 59 of the 104 laps. As now Ollie does the switch and goes underneath. He's going to capture that lead once again, so another lead change. As Ollie retakes the lead, they're in front of Brian Lorenzo. As now they're bumper to bumper coming off of 4 down there across the stripe, heading down into corner number 1. Lap number 60 on the board. As they head down here through 1 and 2, Brian Lorenzo gonna go and bring it down there. He's gonna retake the lead. Here comes Ollie though, back to the inside here at 3 and 4. He's gonna try to retake it again, and he does so coming off of 4. Connection issue there as he winked out down here off of 4. Through the triangle, Ollie still holds on to that lead. Lorenzo is there, but can he make something stick? As they work down here into corner number 1 and 2, once again, there's the 87 of Cornette rolling up there behind the 51 of Reeves. Now Reeves is there on the outside. Now that's not quite where he wanted to be down here through the final quarter. As he's going to have to really battle it hard up there on that high side to try to keep him up there into the battle, and he does so. And it is going to be Reeves at the line. He comes storming down here in the corner number 1 and 2. What a race we have up here at the front of the pack as Ollie, Brian, and Chris all have a great run going. Everybody else is just kind of scattered throughout the racetrack. This battle up here at the front is something to watch. And we're on lap number 63. Through turn 2, down the backstretch. The one of Brian Lorenzo is back there once again to the bumper. Now Ollie Reeves, as Ollie Reeves stays up high, here comes Brian. He's going to get that cleared now. Now they come here off of corner number 4. Ollie gets a run, going to go to the inside. Does he have enough? And what a move there at the line. If these guys keep it up like this till the end of the race, we're in for an exciting finish. We're down here off of corner number 2, side by side. Come on, drivers or viewers, if you're out there, pay attention. We should have in for a great night of racing tonight. Now they storm down here into corner number 1 and 2. Ollie down there to the inside once again as they work here off of the corner onto that backstretch. We are 40 laps from completing this race here tonight. 40 laps more to go. Can these front 3 kind of keep up this battle? We're in for at least one more pit stop, I would believe to say. Jamie Bray sitting back here in pit now as he's gotten up here around Gary Kipper. Jamie Bray now pit. Now that puts him up 16 spots from where he started. What a great run there today by that 41 team and Jamie Bray. Donald Ray out here in 4th. Just got his mind set on going forward as we see Kipper really trying to chase back down the 41 of Jamie Bray. They work down here off of corner number 4 back onto the front stretch. Now we're on board here with Donald Ray out of Rockwall, Texas. Laps winding down here. Down here, off of 2, comes Donald Ray. We got Brian Lorenzo and Cornette, along with Ollie Reeves, all battling here. Here comes, careful, keep it there. Brian Lorenzo on the pit road. He's going to be one of the first here at this Los Williams. We've got a few more takers. Austin Hunt, Jamie Bray, Graham Connolly, all on pit road. Ollie Reeves leading the race right now. That is you got Chris Cornett there in second. Donald Ray here in third. Dustin Rogerson back here in fourth. Now we got drivers here on pit road. Brian Lorenzo heading off. Austin Thompson looks like he's going and heading in. Tire change on that machine here as Ollie Reeves comes back here out of two. Chris Cornett there in second. Donald Ray back here third now. Now we got drivers a lap down due to pitch strategies. The 87 of Chris Cornett looks like he's slowing up. He's going to bring his steer to the pit road along with Tommy Pulte. Looks like somebody else wanted to, but kind of missed the mark. Gary Messingold. That leaves Ollie Reeves out there in front. Benjamin Smith coming this time, it looks like. Everybody has their pit lap going on right now. Trying to see who you still have yet to pit. Looks like Bryce Reiner there in his Chevrolet. He's got to try to bring it here to pit road to get. Donald Ray out front in that 16. Ollie Reeves here on pit road missed his pit spot by a little bit. Hopefully that don't hurt him too much. As Donald Ray is the race leader. There you see Brian Lorenzo coming around. He's going to be out there taking over the lead, over top of Ollie, as Ollie now gets problems taken care of. Donald Ray here, he comes down here off of corner. He's now on pit road. Brian Lorenzo back here through turns 1 and 2. That's going to help put some distance between him and second place here as Bryce Reiner struggling here on the inside. Well, no, I guess he's not struggling, but he's out there. He last pitted at lap 36. Now we're at lap number 75, so we've got 30 laps to go here from Atlanta. Donald Ray now coming off pit road. Chris Cornett up there in second. Brian Lorenzo here in first. The gap between them is about 5 seconds. Between first and second as Cornett. I'm sorry, no, that's Lorenzo's going around the lap car. Cornett out here just trying to lay down a pace to get back up there. He's tried to shave a little bit and has done so slightly. He's got 2 laps fresher tires than what Lorenzo does. Bryce Reiner back here in third. Now Reiner last pitted at lap number 36, so I don't. He's going to have his own issues here as the race goes on. We got Chris Cornett here at second. Brian Lorenzo out here coming off of corner number 2 down that back stretch. Now into 3. There we go. Off of 4. Lorenzo out there in front doing a great job here tonight. Bryce Reiner back here in third. Big mover of the race is Bryce Reiner as he brings it now to pit lane, dropping a couple spots in. Brian Lorenzo out here in front, doing what he can. Here's Chris Cornett in second. Lap number 79 on the board as they come out of corner number 4, and 78 is complete. Now we're down to 26 laps to go here tonight from Atlanta. Closing in on a great finish. Just unfortunately, those pitch strategies kind of stretched everybody out. And we'll bring a map up just so you guys can be aware of how stretched out things have got. And there's your track going around Atlanta tonight. You can see just how much it is stretched out here tonight. job by these drivers tonight. What a nice, clean race here tonight. Car number 16 here, up 14 spots. Our biggest mover now, with all the shakeup and everything, that's going to be Austin Thompson right now, sitting back here in 8th position. Currently coming out of corner number 2. In the 7th machine, now going here into corner number 3, as Brian Lorenzo right there behind him. Gonna put him on the lap down here as they work off of 4. Brian having an exceptional evening here with 23 laps now to go here from Atlanta. Down here in the corner number 1 and 2 again they go. Chris Cornett sitting here in 2nd. Here off of the corner number 2, back out onto the backstretch. Out here through the front stretch, up through the quad oval. 21 laps to go for Brian Lorenzo. Chris Cornett here in 2nd. Got to try to find some way, seeing if he can find another set of momentum here to try to get himself back up there in a battle with the leader. Plus Williams back here in 3rd. What happened to Ollie? Ollie being back in 19th now, as he is in the pits. Unsure exactly what happened to him, why he's down there in the pits. Plus Williams back here in 3rd. Donald Ray in 4th. Gary Kipper back here in 5th. Dustin Rogerson in 6th with Jim Treat there 7th. Austin Thompson in 8th. And 9th goes to Michael Taylor so far, as Lance Ripka rounds out your current top 10. As only the top 7 are on the lead lap. Last driver on the lead lap is that driver there in the 367 of Jim Treat. As they work here through turns 1 and 2, Brian Lorenzo back out on that backstretch. What a run here by these front runners tonight. Up here in 3rd, Klaus Williams has gained 14 spots from where he started. He works down here off of corner number 1 and 2. Or I'm sorry, 3 and 4. $17 laps to go for Brian Lorenzo and the group here tonight. Lorenzo now comes across the stripe once again, way out front. He's got about a 3-second something gap. 3.63 gap back to Chris Cornett. And that's going to keep growing. Donald Ray back here in 3rd. Los Williams 4th. Gary Kipper back here in 5th. So you got a few drivers stacked up here and there throughout the racetrack. As we look back here at where the 35 is, there's a few drivers stacked up around here. You'll see Chris Kipper there in the number 24 working around there. along with some other drivers. At 35 of Michael Taylor ends up there into the outside wall. Right behind him is going to be Benjamin Smith. And at 33, I thought Kipper was there. Yeah, there comes Kipper off the corner. I got Jamie Bray in the 41 back here as well. Lap down to the top 5. So some of these drivers are only a lap down due to that being the get passed by the first couple cars. But still, that leaves them on a lap behind the leader pretty much. Therefore, giving him the last lead lap car is Jim Treat, as we said, in that 367 as he works here off of corner number 3 into 4. One of Lorenzo back here on the backstretch. Not sure really how much is changing here. As we see Ross Williams falls back in the 4th. As the 19 got around. I'm trying to figure this out here. Looks like there he is, 19. Working there off of the corner. Oh, okay, good. We didn't hit them. Let's hope that was the case. 11 to go here tonight for Atlanta, and Brian Lorenzo, who is currently way out there, really handling the race well, as he's down to a 2.5 second gap or so, 2 3/4 second gap as they work down here off the backstretch. Chris Cornett here second. Donald Ray here third with Klaus Williams there in 4th. 10 laps to go as he comes out of 4. Gonna make it 9 to go here from Atlanta down the front stretch here through that quad oval down here in the corner number 1 once again. Great racing action here from Atlanta tonight. Now we're watching Brian Lorenzo. Not sure exactly what else exciting is going on, except for maybe Ollie down there on pit road. Unsure what happened to him tonight. We got a few more here coming across the stripe. You see Gary Kipper back there in 5th. Brian Lorenzo back there for leading the race, rather. As we're watching Gary Kipper trying to chase down a spot here. He's getting a fair to Donald Ray in that number 19. I thought, anyway. Or is there more room between them than what I thought? Oh, yeah, there's more room between them than what I thought. There's a 4-second gap between. Kipper and Williams are pretty close. They roll back here off of corner number 2 down the backstretch. Can Kipper pick up another spot? Austin Thomas is our biggest mover here tonight with 15 spots. If he can kind of hold on where he's at. Brian Lorenzo puts him another lap down here as he works off of 4, back around onto that front stretch. Like we said before, Brian has a great run going on here tonight as he works here off of corner number 1 into corner number 2. 5 laps to go for Lorenzo as he's trying to finish the race out here. There we see Cornette up there against the outside wall. Donald Ray back here in 3rd. And then farther back there you see Klaus Williams and Gary Kipfer. And roll down here trying to make something happen here as they now roll off of 4 once again. Now it's 4 laps to go for Brian Lorenzo. And that's that number 1 Chevrolet. Chris Cornette back here in 2nd, doing what he can to keep it in 2nd. Down the backstretch here into corner number 3 and 4. Here comes Brian out of 4. 3 laps to go for that number 1 machine. Boss Williams back here in 4th with Kipper trying to chase him down to see if he can gain that 4th spot, but it looks like it's possibly not going to happen tonight. Everybody doing what they can. Try as they might. Chris Cornette up here 2nd. Donald Ray back here 3rd. Klaus Williams here in 4th. These drivers giving it their all here tonight. Thompson, your first car, 1 lap. Your first car, 1 lap down here as he's following around Brian Lorenzo, hoping for a caution, but not going to get it here tonight. As everybody here works off of 2 down that backstretch. Brian Lorenzo taking control here in these closing laps to low on and take it to victory lane here. 1 more lap to go for that number 1 Brian Lorenzo here tonight for the initial inaugural race of the Next Gen Cup Series, brought to you by FFTv and the Freedom Motorsports Alliance Racing League. Here as we come here off of corner number 2 down that backstretch for a final time here at Atlanta into corner number 3. Work down through here. Off of 4. Lorenzo out there in front, just trying to save what he has, and he will capture the victory here tonight. In that number 1, when we got Chris Cornette coming across in 2nd, here comes Donald Ray going to finish tonight in 3rd. Klaus Williams back here in 4th with Gary Kipper finishing tonight in 5th. Dustin Rogerson going to roll off here and finish 6th. And Jim Treat in 7th. Austin Thompson in 8th. Lance Ripka in 9th. Austin Hunn there in 10th. We'll wait on our official results to come in before we go ahead and call anything for sure. Brian Lorenzo there in 1st. Chris Cornette in 2nd. Donald Ray finishing tonight in 3rd with Klaus Williams there in 5th. Klaus Williams in 4th. Gary Kipper in 5th. Dustin Rogerston 6th. Jim Treat there in 7th. Austin Thompson taking home 8th. Lance Ripka will come home 9th tonight. Austin Hahn in 10th. Bryce Ryder there in 11th. Benjamin Smith in 12th. Jamie Bray rolls off and finishes tonight in 13th. Michael Taylor finishes 14th with Tommy Pulte there in 15th. Jerry Messingle there in 16th. Jamie MacArthur there in 17th. David Duval there in 18th. Graham Connolly takes home 19th. Ollie Reeves tonight finishes in 20th. Adam Glatfelder back there in 21st. Jeffrey Cox finishes tonight in 22nd. Jeff Ford, tough break for him, finishes 23rd. Luke Mahone finishing tonight in 24th. Those are your finishing results here tonight. Now let's see, can we grab people here for interviews? See who we got here. We need Donald Ray. Good evening, Donald. How's it going?
Doing good, buddy.
I'm doing well. Didn't quite have the fuel strategy, it seems like, but you did fairly well either way of getting up there and battling for at least the third spot.
Yeah, I hit pit road much later than the guys up front, and was starting to run them down. Was thinking I might have enough time to catch them, but as my tires started burning off, we sort of evened it out. But hey, it's my first race in the league. I'll take a P3. I want to say thank you to Austin Hunn for getting me in here, and James Bray for allowing me to race. It's fun racing when it's clean and it goes caution free.
Well, it definitely brings that strategy into play too, like we saw here tonight.
Yeah, I'm not typically a strategy guy, and usually I'll cost myself a race on pit road, and lucky I wasn't able to do it. But luckily that didn't happen tonight, and if it wasn't for the misfortune of some other guys, though, I wouldn't have been on the podium. So it sucks for them, but we'll take them how we can get them.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that it happens, but it does happen at times, and we all know that too well. So, but congrats there for third place. Is there any sponsors that you want to give a shout out to, or anybody special you want to give shout outs to?
And like I said, just thanks to the league for accepting me, and thanks for Austin for getting me the invite, and thank you for broadcasting.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. So, congrats there. Hopefully, we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That was Donald Ray, our third place. Now let's see, can we find? Yep, there's our second place. Good evening, Chris. How's it going?
It's going good. How about y'all?
It's going well. Uh, Kind of take us through how important were tires tonight for you to be able to run up there in second place?
Yeah. This old style Atlanta, it's real big on eating up your tires. So about first half of the run, you want to take care of it, and then push a little harder right before you pit, just to try to get up close for positions. That way, you're set yourself up for the next run to have a better position. I felt like I succeeded on that. Um, and just there at the end, I was good on managing my tires, but there at the end with 15 to go, I started pushing it harder I've been all night, and then I just was catching the leader, but then I just burnt my right rear off when we were 2 seconds apart. So, but it was all fun. No cautions. First time I've been in a race where there was no cautions, so it was a fun night.
Looked like your drivers had a blast out there, and most definitely, you guys had for quite a while. You guys were battling pretty hard up there at the front.
Oh yeah, that was a blast. You know, the 51 was kind of scaring me a little bit with the blinking. I know there's nothing out of his control, but uh, when I saw the one at 51 kept slide jobbing each other, I was like, let me hang back just in case they collect each other. I don't want to be a part of it. So I did pretty good, and they were wearing their stuff out, and I had good runs to pass them. Just like I said, nowhere to take it without taking all three of us out, or that catching that 51 at the wrong time when he blinks, and wrecking all three of us either way. So I just kind of managed and hoping for pit stops to get out front, at least out front of the 51. Um, but congrats to Brian, he had a heck of a pit stop, come out 5 seconds ahead. So um, yeah, so it was a fun night. Glad we could bring it home in one piece.
Well, congrats there on second place. And do you have any sponsors or shout outs you want to give here tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Turn 4 Sim Racing. Go check them out. Uh, Pretty good stuff. Zero X. Um, Check them out. Zero X Media and Design. Thanks to everybody watching, friends, family. Uh, you know, Bring it home in the top two for the Clash, and hopefully that'll be a good start for the season.
Well, congrats again on getting a podium finish here tonight for the first race of the season as we head in here to a new season of the Next Gen series. And hopefully we'll see you back here next week as we take on another track here with the Next Gen cars.
Yeah, I'll be back for sure. Seems like a fun league.
All right. Well, you enjoy the P2 here tonight.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
You too. That was Chris Cornett, our second place finisher. Now let's go and see if we can get. Hey, Brian, how's it going?
Hey, how we doing?
We're doing well. How are you doing there in Victory Lane?
Feeling great, man. That was a fun race.
I know you had your hands full there for a good 3/4 of the race tonight.
Yeah, man. Me, the 51, the 87, we were going at it. I recall me and the 51 just lap after lap, just throwing sliders on one another. That's my good buddy Ollie. Uh, we've been racing each other for a long time, so it's great to see us come to a league and just be able to put on a show. And with that 87 car as well, he was just following, making his move when he can. Great race.
He said with the little bit of connection there of Ollie, he was a little nervous there for a little bit, but you guys still held it together and put on quite a show out front.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, it came down to the strategy call that honestly, I think all three of our cars, between me and the 87 and 51, I think we were all equal. It was just whoever got the best run off of 2 or 4.
Yeah, you guys definitely were battling hard, and it definitely came down to the pit road times as well.
Yeah, luckily I didn't speed. I got really close to it. I decided to pit a little earlier than the other guys, kind of shocked them a little bit while they were battling. And yeah, we aced the pit stop. The pit crew did an amazing job on the stop. Um, at Atlanta, you also got to get that exit right as well. And I was able to get a really smooth exit and just push for the few laps. And I think I had like a 5 second gap between me and 87. I believe that's what won me the race, to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely the pit stops that got you the out there in front to hold on to it there at the end.
Yeah, man. After I got out of pit road, pretty much it was just try to save the tires and prepare for that 87's raft. But as we got to the end of the run, uh, he burned a lot of rubber and it started to equal out. It's the beauty of Atlanta, and we ended up taking advantage and ended up winning this race.
Yeah, you guys definitely look like you had a lot of fun out there, and hopefully we'll see you back next week, and hopefully you guys can continue this momentum and bring us another show as we continue the next gen series here with FMA.
Yeah, it's a great start to the season, man. We wanted to come out and just put on. I honestly was looking for like a top 10 finish, just a clean result. And yeah, some great momentum to start the season. Hopefully, we can come to Daytona, get a solid finish, and have a great season, man. This is a great start.
Alrighty, you got sponsors or shout outs you need to go and want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Allied Universal Security Services. They are my employer and give great security services. Uh, Probably one of the biggest security companies in the world. They do a really good job with security. And I'd like to thank UA. It's where I go to school. Great school, loving it here. Would definitely recommend you transfer to UA.
Alrighty, well, congrats on the victory here tonight. And kind of savor that a little bit because we don't know what next week will bring, especially if we're at Daytona.
Hell yeah, it's going to be a bunch of pack racing. I think the field's going to be really competitive that race. And if we can get this green flag racing we got today, it's going to be one hell of a show.
Yeah, it will be. And we'll see you next week at Daytona.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us. Thanks for broadcasting the league. Yep. See you next
My
week.
pleasure. Enjoy it. As much as you probably enjoy being in Victory Lane tonight. All right, I have Brian Lorenzo there in first, our victory winner here tonight. As I got to figure out if this was race number 1, I think Daytona might be race number 1 next week. As this was just a race to get everybody acclimated and running together, if I remember correctly. Let me go and see if I can get the boss man in here who helps set all this up. Hey, James, how's it going tonight?
Good. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing well. Kind of walk me through here tonight because I'm apparently a little confused. Uh, this race tonight, this is not the first points race. This was just a race underneath the league for the drivers to kind of get acclimated to each other, correct?
Yeah. We call this the Clash, and it's really just, we have a lot of new drivers that joined our league, and it's really, an opportunity for all of us to get on the track together, get to learn about, our different driving habits and our tendencies, and how we, how our racecraft is, and really to build a rapport with our co-drivers so we could race cleanly for the rest of the season. So it's really just a clash practice event, practice race, just to, get to know one another.
Were you expecting it to go as well as it did tonight?
No, no, actually, I didn't, and I actually asked Austin if he had the Austin is our series director for the series. I actually asked him if he had the yellows turned on because I was surprised it went green, but I'm really happy it did. Got a lot of clean drivers in here, and I thought everybody did really, really well for our first race in the Next Gen Cup Series.
Yeah, nobody really had any issues. I mean, there was a couple drivers that had issues that ended up down on the apron, but they held it down to the apron, which kept you guys green flag racing because they were off of the racing surface.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people get loose. A lot of people, including myself, had trouble on pit road, speeding penalties, unsafe pit exit. I think I got my right rear in the grass coming in on under braking. So did Bryce. So yeah, there's I know Jeff Ward got a speeding penalty for too hot to enter pit road. So there was a lot of us that got black flag for entering the pit unsafely. But
That seemed
overall,
like it
I
was
still
easy to
think it was
do
a really
tonight.
good race.
That seemed like it was easy to do tonight. Was coming in too hot on the pit road.
Some of the pace that some of the drivers had, it's kind of hard not to. You're gonna try to drive in hard and make up any time you can going into the pits, and unfortunately, some of us did get caught speeding or unsafely entering the
comes
pit
up a
road.
little quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that commitment cone comes up on you a little quicker than what you're thinking.
Yeah, yeah. Well, overall, though, it couldn't be happier. I thought everything went really well, and just want to thank all the drivers that came out tonight that didn't necessarily have to. There's certainly no points involved in tonight. It's just a practice race, but to have 24 guys in a non-points event was nothing but thrilling for our admin team. So we certainly
I
want to
can't wait for you
appreciate
drivers to
all
go
the
back
drivers and you.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
wait for you guys to go back and watch the broadcast. I'm telling you, them guys up front, them top 1 through 5 cars that were running there for quite a while before kind of pitch strategy kind of broke them up, they were giving on one heck of a show battling back and forth up there.
Yeah, yeah, I heard them talking, and I knew they were battling pretty hard with the top. I think 4 or 5. I don't know what it was, but kudos to those guys for getting things figured out. And like I said, some of us had some trouble, but overall, those guys, yeah, they had speed, and the best part of racing and how you get those wins is you don't make any mistakes, and those guys didn't. So they ran a great race tonight.
Well, it was great watching it, and hopefully we see this going forward. But it's hard to say. Daytona is such a hit and miss. It's going to be interesting to see how we take Daytona here in next week.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We got a lot of people signed up for the Next Gen Cup Series, and it'll be interesting to see how many people that come out and race with us, and just know that everything's new. We're getting used to one another, and hopefully we'll have a good race next week at Daytona.
All righty. Well, you have a great night, and thank you for giving a little bit more insight to FMA and the league here tonight.
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, that's James Bray, one of the heads here at FMA, and obviously if you're wanting to get into it, I'm sure that you can still try to, as there's many areas at FMA that are racing where this is just a brand new league here. Different series. I know Monday nights we got the GT3s, and then tonight we got the Next Gen. There's talk of maybe Xfinity rolling out, possibly. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out in the future. So keep tuned in as we have lots going on. And thank you for coming out and watching the On the Pole tonight here on Flinger Farm TV. Have a great night.